All right, so I am here at the Mexican pyramids. So I wanted to discuss a couple of very important things while I'm here. I spoke about a lot of the good things, right? A lot of positives, three major positives. I also wanted to make sure I discuss a couple of negatives. One of the negatives that one of my subscribers pointed out on my channel is a big one. It's the pollution in Mexico City. If you're considering this as your plan B, it's something to be taken seriously because a similar thing happened with Hamza. Now, Hamza is a very famous influencer. He targets the younger, slightly younger male population. So his niche audience is in the range of, let's say, 20 and 30. So he moved to Dubai, again, a very influential, very successful YouTuber. He moved to Dubai, faced a similar situation that you might face in Mexico City. It was to do with pollution. He really fell sick coming from a Western country, coming from London, a sudden change with the pollution situation in Dubai. So he ran away in a month. So when you're investing, when you're choosing your plan Bs, you want to make sure you take into account all the factors, not just the positives, but also the negatives. So you make a more informed decision and you don't get your plan B incorrect, right? So some of the main advantages or three top advantages that I spoke about with Mexico City, one of it was the safety situation, extremely safe in my opinion. Again, if you want to be stupid, then you want to get shot, right? If you want to go there, then good luck. But if you want to pick your pockets, and one of the biggest things about plan Bs, right? When you pick a plan B, it's not a plan A, and when it's a plan B, it comes with some good things and it's going to have some bad things. Even a plan A has a lot of disadvantages. So think about it, right? When you're being rational, when you're choosing a plan B, it's going to have its own set of negatives. But one of the biggest things about choosing your plan B is that you use common sense. You use certain pockets which are your favorite areas to hang out, right? So as long as you're being smart with your plan B pockets, as long as you're using your plan B in a certain time of the year. Let's say, for example, I'm here in Mexico City at this time. At the pyramids, it's quite sustainable. I don't find this hot at this time in the year, so this is the ideal time for me to be here, right? So that's how I would smartly use my plan B, picking the location and also the time of the year that you're spending your time here. Again, the other thing is that you don't want to move to a plan B and spend the rest of your life in the country. So that would not mean a plan B. That would be a plan A if you want to do that. A lot of nomads, a lot of investors, global investors are looking to spend or divide their time smartly and sensibly, so they're getting maximum bang out of their buck from the investment, from their, maybe they're using their time to get a residency, multiple options at the same time. So you got to be wise. You got to pick your plan B pockets correctly. It's something that you should keep in mind when you're selecting a plan B. So the three major advantages was the safety, the nice people, right? The culture is really nice. The other big advantage was the freedom that I spoke about. And when I talked about the freedom, I'm talking about blending two very important things. One is you're getting the Western feel, the Western lifestyle. Let's say, you are from US, Canada, Australia, or London, or any other Western country. You want the bars, you want the culture, you want the service, you want some of that vibe. Then you're getting all of that in Mexico City. And apart from that, if you're looking for freedom, you don't want to get arrested every single second, right? Let's say you're drunk, you're acting stupid. In certain Western countries, in certain locations, you might, turn around, tie your hands, and off you go in the car that you don't want to be. That's slightly different in Mexico City. The cops are more chilled out, they're more understanding. So if you are, I'm not saying you should be acting stupid, but comparatively, if you are acting stupid, you have some room over there. Again, as long as you're being smart, right? So that's the freedom that I really enjoy when I come to Mexico City. The big thing now is the pollution. I think it's quite polluted. So let's say, I have sunscreen on, I'm walking during traffic hours. Let's say I'm on the highway walking by the pedestrian, right? And let's say I touch my forehead and swipe it, and I feel it, right? So I can actually feel some of the pollution. I can feel some of the carbon settling on my face. So that is not good, right? So if you are going to be out too much, right, during the traffic time, then you're going to face that pollution situation. Now, the wise thing, or rather my personal take on this is, yes, you will face pollution. One of the things to be smart with is choose your areas, choose the time of the day, choose the time of the year. Don't, if pollution is a major concern, and it should be, right? No one should be living in a place which is way too polluted. So if you have the means and if you're a smart investor, then invest certain amount of time, right? So that you are not completely exposed. You don't have to quit home and move over here for the rest of your life. No. If you want to do it a couple of months, 3 months, 4 months more, depending upon your appetite for pollution, you can divide your time in the country accordingly. Again, as long as you're doing it for a couple of months, I think you get enough time to spend in more pollution-free areas to cover up on the health. And as long as you're being smart with your locations, kind of being indoors at certain times of the day, then you can avoid a lot of that thick carbon settling that you don't want around you, right? Look, someone talked about being, robbed at gunpoint and all those kind of things. If you want to get robbed and mugged, you can easily do that even in New York, in California. You can do that in Canada. You can pick any developed country, and if your intention is to go to a shady area, hang out over there, maybe flash maybe it's a Rolex, or maybe flash even your iPhone, right? And you want to ask for trouble, you can absolutely find that. You don't have to come to Mexico, right? You can find that in Western countries as well. But obviously, if you're not looking for any trouble, you want to keep safe and want to be safe, then if you pick the right neighborhoods. I did a night tour of the city at 11ish for some of my viewers who wanted to see how it is at night. A lot of questions, right? How is it? Is it okay? Daytime, you talk about it being good. How about the nighttime situation? So I did that. I covered that walk. And if you have missed that, you can return and check this link. This has that. All right, I hope you liked this coverage. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, then make sure to go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos that I create. And also turn on that bell notification so that the moment there is any change in any of the programs that I cover, you are the first one to get notified. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and catch you in the next one.